So let me introduce myself, guys. So it is as actually I'm discussing about that. So it is. So basically, I was having around some 18, 19 years of experience, mostly which is involved in the a part of which is going to be the training, development, support, and all these things. It was there. My complete specialization is on the data itself, actually, guys. Completely, it was on the data. So I started with my data science, with my data management, and after that, I have been moving years. I was into the data science, guys. So even I'm handling the data science related training programs also. Just a second, guys. Power has been resumed. Just a second, guys. Yeah, no problem. Just a second. Power has been resumed, guys. Just give me a second. It will be gets connected. Just give me a second. Right. Okay. So let's continue, guys. Generally, it's only just 2-3 minutes of power failures will happen. Generally, not more than that. Right, guys. So now I was into the data science. So what I'm saying here is, as part of the data science, because as a data scientist or as a data analyst or a data science expert, generally I was very clearly aware about like which is going to be what kind of data visualization. And we already have one of our old student, which is Sudipta. So he is Sudipta Modak. He has already completed the data science from my old. I think I didn't remember exactly. The data I was data science, machine learning. As a data science or a machine learning expert, so we really know like what type of reports, what type of data visualization, what is the importance of the visualization. We clearly know about that. But from the last 5 years, I am working on data visualization, but it is completely by using. Previously, I have been got worked with SSRS reports actually, guys. But that is going to be in 2012 to 2014, which is at 10 years back. That SSRS itself has been got updated to the Power BI by the Microsoft. So let me tell you about those things. In 2 years, 10 years back only, I have been got worked with the reporting services. And after that, now it has been became Power BI. Initially, it was not that much popular. And I was also moved towards the big data systems, data science. And nowadays, again, as part of the industry standards, we are using I'm an expert in the data visualization expert by using the Python libraries. Mostly, I uses the Python. Even I also will explain like even it is not required for us. I am using from the last 5 years. I'm using the Python libraries. Actually, I was a very expert in the how I am developing this particular the data visualization by using the Python. But from the last 1 year, I have been seeing the companies are asking instead of using the Python libraries, Yeah, please be online, guys. Just the power has been resumed now. So just a second, it's disconnected. Please be online, guys. Madam, host government. Yeah, right, guys. So sorry for the disturbance, guys. There is a small power failure. Okay, so power has been resumed. So we'll continue it. So guys, yeah. So what I'm talking about here is, so being we are using from the last 5 years, I'm using the Python libraries and R libraries for the data visualizations. But now, as part of the industry standards, now the companies are mostly asking for, which is going to be the Power BI also, Power BI or anything like an, which is going to be Tableau or a ClickView or a ClickSense. They're asking about some kind of a tool, which is a GUI based tools. It is going to be there. So that's why, so from the last 1 year, so I have been giving some trainings on this particular Power BI. So just it is going to be a part of our data science course. But we want to start with I want to start with an full-fledged, which is going to be a complete expertise. As part of the data science also, I used to teach the Power BI, but only just an outline of the Power BI only we used to teach it actually. But so I plan to start with a full-fledged, a complete full-fledged reporting tool, which is going to be by using the Power BI. So what is an advantage of learning the Power BI from my side is, if you learn from my side, if you learn from me, the advantage is I know each and every kind of an reporting. So as a data analyst or a data scientist, so I know what is an importance of the reports. So what type of reports that are going to be required? Why do you require? How do you explain that? Mostly report developers will be there. What is the main purpose of report developers is, generally the report developers are going to be generates the reports as the business users asks. So the business users give the requirement. So whatever the business leaders or what is going to be the business experts will be there. So those business people is going to ask for the reports. So as a report developer, the report developer knows how to develop a report. But how to interpret that particular report, why I'm using the report, generally the report developers does not knows about that. But as a data analyst or a data scientist, I know which type of reports are going to be used for what purpose we are going to be using. So I can clearly explain more detail about like what is an importance of this particular the data, the reports, whatever we are going to be using. So, okay, anyhow, so I'm going to explain you all that kind of a data visualization expert by using the Power BI. Along with that, I'm also going to be using some part of Python and R also I'm going to be using. So why you are going to be using the Python and R also? As part of the Power BI, we can also write the Python scripts and R scripts, we can write it actually, guys. Generally, normal, when you talk about a Power BI expert, so he may not be aware about the Python and R, but being I was a data analyst, I was a data science expert. So even I can integrate the Python and R also with your Power BI. At the end, I'll show you like just a Power BI environment, how to do that, how the variants we can do that. But you can also get a little bit more and more expertise actually, guys. It's not only reporting, it's not only a data visualization expertise. So why I'm using, and more than that, how we have to use the reports. Even I can explain you, like I can give you some knowledge of like how the Python libraries are going to be gets used, how the R libraries also. I can just give you an idea about how we are going to be using the Python and R libraries for data visualizations. Okay, so we all of you know that Power BI is going to be nothing but it is a data visualization tool. It isn't a data visualization software actually, guys. A data visualization tool or software, what we can say that. First of all, what is data visualization? All of you have an idea about this. Nowadays, data visualization has been became a very, very important aspect. So everywhere, data visualization. So you know what is a data visualization actually, guys? A data visualization is a skill. It is a one of the skill actually, guys, which is basically we are going to require to convert all our textual data. So whatever the data that is going to be there in a textual format, we are going to be gets converting into a visual context. it is going to be gets converted into a visual context. We are going to be using it actually, guys. We'll convert into visual context. What is visual context? Seeing your data in a visual format, we are going to see it actually, guys. So why should I convert? Why should I convert the data from which is going to be a text-based values? Text-based values means we know that no, like in a CSV file, we have some kind of a values are going to be there. The text-based values we are going to be gets converting into a kind of a visual context. We are going to be gets converting it actually, guys. We are converting into a visual context. We are going to be gets converting here now. So due to that, what is an advantage? We know that normally when you see the data, normally we cannot identify the patterns. So the simple definition of data visualization is, guys, converting the data, the effort which we are going to be putting to convert the data into a visual format is going to be what we can call it as a data visualization. Once if you put the data into a data visual format, it is going to be some kind of a patterns. So normally, whenever we look at the data, we cannot identify the patterns actually. We cannot identify the right. So patterns, which is going to be correlations, trends. So these are all going to be gets undetected whenever we see the data in a, which is going to be a text-based values in a just like an Excel sheet or which may be a CSV file. If you see the data, we cannot identify it actually, guys. But whenever we put the data into visual, so what kind of patterns we have in the data, what kind of a correlations we have them. Correlations are nothing but the relation between that particular variables is what we are going to call it as a correlations actually, guys. Trends. Like we know that like whenever we talk about the price of the gold. So currently what trend is going on, whether it is in uptrend or whether it is going to be in the downtrend actually, guys. So we are going to be gets detecting those kind of correlations and patterns and trends. So actually it is not a programming language, guys. So explaining what is an importance of data visualization is very simple. So these data analysts, data experts, so there are going to be dive into the data to get some kind of an information. So converting all that particular data into a visual format, the data is going to be gets converted into a kind of an visual format is going to be what we are going to be what we are going to call it as a data visualizations. So nowadays data visualization, you can do it with the different tools actually, guys. As I told you, by using Python libraries also we can do it actually, guys. But in Python libraries, we are going to be writing some kind of an scriptings. We are going to write it actually, guys. Some kind of a scriptings. It's not a programming language. Some kind of a scripts. I'll just show you today. I'll just show you like one small report how I am developing by using Python library and by using the which is going to be a Power BI tool. How to develop it, I'll tell you actually. Simple application. I'll show you that. So it is going to be scripting based. Whereas this Power BI or a Tableau or which is going to be a click view, these are going to be completely, there are going to be a GUI based tools actually, guys. That means no need to write any script from your side. Everything is going to be nothing but it's a drag and drop. So Power BI is a data visualization tool, which is going to be where we can develop the business reports or any reports, data reports. By using a simple drag and drop option, we can develop it. So due to that, what is the basic idea here is even by using Python also, we can do it actually, guys. But it is going to be a more, which is going to be more easily we can develop. So in a short period, we can develop it without writing any program or without writing any particular scripts, we can do it actually, guys. So really to learn the Power BI or to learn a data visualization, we really don't require any expertise. We don't really require any knowledge of any programming language because it is a simple GUI based tools. Just if you have an idea about what is data and how to understand the data, that is going to be sufficient actually. You can easily generate a report. Anybody, whatever it may be your qualification, whatever may be your experience, whether you have an idea about programming or without having any programming language. So learning Power BI is going to be just like how we are going to work with Excel sheets. It looks like how we are going to be working with Excel sheets only. That much easily we can work with. Yeah, just a second, guys. Somebody, I think they are drawing something. So please avoid them, guys. Please don't draw anything on the screens, right? Right. Fine. So to learn the Power BI, you don't really require any knowledge about anything. We don't require it actually, guys. But if you have a little bit idea about a relational databases, if you have an idea about a relational databases, that is going to be an added advantage. That is going to be an added advantage for the Power BI. Why? Because in Power BI, we are going to be gets works with something like relation between the tables. So don't worry, guys. If you have the idea, well and good. Even if you don't have the idea, I am going to discuss all these things in our coming classes. So which is going to be a primary key and a foreign key actually, guys. So one more advantage is even I was also an expert in the database. So even as of now, also recently, I taken a data engineering training program at Deloitte. So for the fresh graduates who has been got recruited into the Deloitte. So recently I have been taken a training program specifically on the data engineering concepts. In that we have SQL is there, Python is there, big data systems, and we have the Hadoop and Hive and all these things. Plus even there is going to be Spark is also there along with the Power BI also. So totally five different skills, SQL, which is a Python. And apart from that, it is going to be Power BI, and which is going to be big data systems. And as part of big data systems, I have been working with Hive, and which is a Spark. These are some of the training programs what I have been got given. So even that is also my expertise. So database also I can just explain you. So almost 18 years of experience I worked with this database system. So primary keys and foreign keys is a little bit important for us. If you understand them, so designing, it's a part of a designing of our Power BI. So as part of the data modeling, we require these primary keys and foreign keys. So generally, somebody will teach us, everybody's teaching, but somebody I have seen who is a part of a Power BI, they are directly giving what is primary key and foreign key. But in our class, 1 week, so it is going to be for 1 week. I am also going to work with relational database systems. First, I'll start with relational database, specifically with SQL Server database, guys. All of you guys has to install the SQL Server software. So I'll tell you how to download the SQL Server software. So please install it in your systems. And for 1 week, we are going to work with, which is going to be a SQL Server database, like creating of tables, creating of relation between the tables, not in depth about them, but at least some basic ideas like what are the requirements, what are the basic requirements you require. I'll explain all that particular, the primary keys and foreign keys. I'll explain that particular application, guys. Okay. So only that is the only prerequisites. Even if you do not have any idea also, I am going to take care about that as part of our course curriculum. We are going to be spending 1 week to 10 days specifically on the SQL Server database only. We'll work with them. And after that, we'll go to the Power BI applications. So Power BI learning is a very simple skill actually, guys. Previously, SSRS is also there, but the Power BI SSRS has been now, it was not upgraded, but it is nothing but a Power BI is nothing but it is a new version or an upgraded version of the SSRS, what I can say that. It is not an updated, it is not just upgraded, but it is an upgraded version of the SSRS actually. So SSRS is an old one actually, guys, which is going to be 10 years back it was there. The only limitations of SSRS and Power BI is previously your SSRS applications can import the data only from 3 to 4 different type of sources only. But now the Power BI can import the data from almost all 100 plus number of data sources. They can read the data from different sources. Even that also I'm going to show you guys. How to import the data from a cloud storages, maybe an Azure, or maybe something like a Microsoft Azure, or it may be something like an Amazon Web Services, or it may be a Google Cloud. I'm going to be using one of the cloud services to import the data into the Power BI actually. And I told we all completely works with. I've seen guys, I've seen the people learning Power BI. So they are learning something like employees data, customers data, departments data. That means mostly they are going to work with, which is going to be with a sample data only. There are going to be works, employees, departments, customers. But as what is my advantage? What is the advantage from my side is being I was a data scientist. I know how to import the data, how to get the data sets actually. So I'm going to be having a lot of data sets with us. So generally, these are all our data science data sets actually, guys. So which we are going to be gets working with a different data sets we are going to be working. They are not sample databases, guys. There are not sample kind of a data sets actually. Yeah, Chandu, I'll tell you. What is the market demand for that tool? Yes, absolutely. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Okay. So see guys, just you have to attend maybe some around 2 days or 3 days of demo sessions will be there. So in the first session only, I cannot completely discuss about that, but slowly I'll explain all those particular things. If the end of the session also, I'll give a 10-15 minutes of time for your questions. Then I will discuss about that. Okay. So have a look at this. So we are going to be completely works with some kind of a real data sets we are going to work. Like which is going to be some kind of an, can you see guys? These are all some kind of an, a companies which is going to be stock prices actually. So this is going to be the stock price of various companies at a different dates, how the stock price of a particular companies, which is going to be, this is the data related to Bharti Airtel. It's an Airtel data set actually, guys. Starting from 2002, if we can see, these are all real data sets actually, guys. Up to the 34 2021, we have this data actually. So maybe it's an old data set, the 2021 itself. 2021 is not an old data set actually, guys. So the data set, what we are going to be having it actually. So not only that, whatever the data sets we are going to be, why? Because as a data scientist or a data analyst, I know completely about how to import the data sets. Generally in Power BI classes, they will share some few data sets and they'll ask you to work with the data sets. But here we are going to be completely works with a different data sets to understand how the data will come in the real time, how to handle them. So everything I'm going to be using with a sample data sets, I'm going to be working with that. Okay, not just with an employee's data or not with just a customer's data. We don't work with them actually, right? Fine. So this is going to be about something about the Power BI. So I'm just telling about that, like how we are going to be gets learning the things actually. So using some different, we already learned, that means in our school days only, we have something data visualizations like scatter plot, line plots, histograms. Okay, what is going to be the bar plots? Generally, we all of you have an idea about that. Pie charts, all these are, we have an idea. So basically we worked with a small data only, but here we are going to really work with, which is going to be a very larger data sets. We are going to be gets working with that. So just to get some idea, that means I'm not going to discuss any particular application, but just an idea I'm going to be telling about that. So how the data visualization has been became that much easy from the last, you can say, decade of time. Data visualization has been became a very simple find, guys. Don't worry about them, guys. Don't worry about them. Just it is just an idea. So I'm not saying that this is, I don't want to show my expert. As my main concept is nothing but I don't want to show any expert on my expert on the Python. Just I'm telling that how simple. So many people think that. So many people ask me. So like, sir, why don't you learn a tool, or why don't you learn a which is going to be a software tool which is used for data visualizations? But as of my knowledge, I say that if you learn this particular scripting base, we'll have a complete control on the complete control on the data visualizations. I'll just show you, you identify whether it is by using the scripting languages, is it easy, or whether it is going to be by using, which is going to be a GUI based, it is going to be easy actually, guys. I'll just show you one small example for that. Don't worry about that. Okay, so this is going to be a Python Jupyter notebook actually. So don't worry about it. I just want to show you, like I'll also show you like what type of reports I created also. Okay, so don't worry about that. It's a small scripting only, guys. So I'm going to be writing, which is going to be just, it is a pandas. And generally for Python, whenever we want to perform some kind of a visualization, we are going to be using, which is going to be a matplotlib. It is going to be matplotlib libraries, guys. So don't think that I'm writing some scripting and all these things, so I'm not writing it. These are some kind of an importing of libraries. Just I want to show you like how scripting languages reporting data visualization works and how the GUI based data visualizations are going to be gets working. I imported, nowadays even Python is also becoming a common language, guys. Everybody, whether you are a programmer or a non-programmer, whether you are a mathematician, or whether you are a statistician or even a data visualization expert also. Really, if you learn Python, that is a lot of added advantages. Why? Because so many applications we can do very easily in Python without having any much programmatical scripts. So don't worry. Just see guys how I'm going to be importing a data actually. Don't worry guys. Just it is only just to show you how I am going to be doing it actually guys. Just a small example actually guys. I'm importing a data from a data set called as a file called as an usercars.csv file. So let us go to the cars data set. This is a very simple data, guys, which is going to be a cars data set, which is containing 150 rows, and there are going to be 6 columns of data is there. The cars data, that's a user cars data actually. What is the year of manufacturing? Which model it is going to belongs to? What is the price of the car? What is the mileage? What is the color? And what is the transmission? If observe carefully, there is a price and there is a mileage. Normally, when you see the data, 150 values, you cannot understand how the price and mileage is related. So is there any relation between price and the mileage? So just have a look at this, how simple I'm going to be showing you. You can observe carefully, guys. It's very, very simple. Don't think that we have to write a lengthy scripts and programs, we have to write it. I am plotting a scatter plot. X is equivalent to price. Y is equal to nothing but mileage. Your data is equal to nothing but it's a cars data set. plt.show. This is how we are going to be doing a data visualization by using the Python libraries. We do it actually, guys. So if you observe carefully on the y-axis, it is going to be the mileage. That means mileage is how many kilometers it has been used. Whereas whenever we are talking about this is going to be something like what we can see, the price of the cars. You can find some relationship actually, guys. There is some kind of a relationship is there. As the mileage is increasing, the price is going to be decreasing. You can, it's nothing but what we call it as a negative, which is going to be a negative correlation. It is going to be. You know what is meaning of positive correlation? As X variable increases, Y variable also increases. Or if X decreases, Y decreases. It is what we call it as a positive correlation. But here, as the mileage is increasing, the price is decreasing. So a car which was used for 20,000 miles, the cost is going to be around 12,500 to 15,000. But a car which was used for 1 lakh kilometers or miles, the cost is going to be somewhere around 6,000 to 7,000. It was there. It's a kind of a negative correlation, what we can call it as. Normally, when you see the data like that, we can't recognize the pattern. We can't recognize the pattern. So see guys, I didn't return any much script. Just 2 libraries I imported. I read the data and I just plotted the data actually, guys. Now the same example I'll show you by using Power BI. So this is going to be my Power BI desktop software actually, guys. I'll tell you later how to install the software. Don't worry. As of now, I'm not installing anything. So let me open. Generally, Power BI software will take a little bit time to open it actually, guys. It will take a little bit time to open. Let me open it. The same, it's a process is the same process, guys. I'm not going to do any different process in Power BI. Process is the same, but only the thing is without writing any script, we are going to do it actually. We don't write any script for that. Everything is going to be done by GUI based, drag and drop. Okay. Or something like a right click, click on the option, or from the file menu doing some kind of an option. That is the way what we are going to be doing it actually. This is Microsoft in the Power BI software actually, guys. So first 1 week we'll work on the SQL Server database. After that, I'll start with the Power BI software. We don't want to spend much time on that, but the guys who are already having the idea, who do not have the idea, to explain them. Really, if you don't have the idea about a relational database systems, guys, once you go to the Power BI, you can generate the reports, but mainly why we have to create the relation between them. So that concept, if you are unaware about that, you can't generate the reports. That is the reason why we have to know about what is relations, how to relate, correlate that particular tables, what is primary key, what is foreign key. I'll explain for a 1 week of time. I'll explain it actually, guys. So just a second, as I told you, it will take some time actually, guys, to open the Power BI software. Just a second, it is opening. So once if you learn a data visualization concept, whether you learn by Python, whether you learn by R, whether you learn by the Power BI, or whether you learn by some other thing, the concept is going to be the same concept, guys. Conceptually, there is no changes. Terminologies are going to be the same scatter plot, x-axis, y-axis, everything is going to be the same only. Only the thing is, without writing any scripting, we are going to be doing this actually, guys. The only thing we are going to be doing is, we don't write any scripts. See, guys, I opened the Jupyter notebook and written the script. How simple I written the script, how fast it is executed. So this is a Power BI software. To open this only, it's taking a little bit time. Maybe in the last previously, when I closed this, I didn't save it properly or something like that. Then it is going to be, takes a little bit time. Otherwise, it won't take that much time actually. Right. So have a look at this. This is going to be my Power BI, which is going to be the desktop software actually, guys. This is how it is going to looks like. Completely GUI based, guys. Completely, it is a GUI based. It's going to be completely, it is going to be a GUI based applications. See, simple drag, drop, everything is going to be same. See, guys, first I have to import the data. So we can see the option, get the data from where. So these are going to be some of the sources where we have been imported the data. So data has to come now, guys. You have to get some data for somewhere, whether it is a CSV file, whether it is an Excel sheet, or whether it is a JSON file. Even we have a JSON files also will be there. JSON files, XML files, or we have a SAS files, or it can be anything, we can get it actually, guys. So these are some of the common data sources. If you go for more, you will get more and more options actually. Right now, I'm reading the data from a text or a CSV file, guys. Same file I'm importing, guys. From where imported actually here, guys? I imported the data from the D drive. So I'm selecting the same option, go to the D drive, go to the same data folder. I have used cars.csv file. That's it actually, guys. Procedure is the same, but I'm not importing any data. I'm not writing any script, guys. That is the only thing what we can say it actually. This is going to be the one what we can say that. So in the coming classes, I'll tell you guys what are the components of Power BI, what are the main important. Nothing important is there actually, guys. Everything is easy. Only thing is there is something called as an DAX is available. Only that particular DAX is going to be the most important. Remaining things, everybody can perform it actually, guys. Can you see? It is showing the user cars.csv file. Just simply, I'm going to be loading the data actually, guys. That's it. I'm loading the data actually, guys. So data is going to be gets loaded. You have to just know what are these menu options, what this insert contains, what is this modeling contains, what is this view contains, what is a Power Query. Okay, so Power Query is where the data modeling we are going to do it. So here we have a report, we have a data, we have a model. What is this visualization? What are these filters? What are going to be the fields? It's loading the data, guys. It's loading, no worry. So what are these particular fields? Only thing is that is what we have to understand it. Beyond that, nothing is going to be there actually. So just it is loading the data, working on it. Just see, guys, even we say GUI based, it is very easy to understand it actually. It is very easy to use, but we have to import the data. We are using some menu option. So it is depending on some kind of an option actually, guys. So actually it came as an used cars. I'm going to be renaming into, which is going to be cars dataset. It's a GUI based application, guys. That's it. Apart from nothing is going to be there. Now, can you see, guys? There is something called as an scatter chart. Select the scatter chart actually, guys. Scatter chart. That's it. We are going to be getting the chart like this actually, guys. See how simple it is going to be. I told you know what is on x-axis, what is on y-axis, guys. It's a simple drag and drop options actually, guys. What is x-axis and what is going to be on the y-axis? Don't worry, I'll tell you later. Don't worry about that. So do not summarize the data actually, guys. That's it. So whatever the plot we have got earlier there, this plot and this plot is exactly the same only, guys. No difference at all. No difference at all. But I didn't use any keyboard here now. I didn't use any keyboard, guys. I got the same plot as it is. I can get it actually. But more and more user friendly. More and more user friendly, where we can do without having any much applications, we can do it actually. So let us say this, guys, this data is having a different models of cars. like SE model, SEL model, SES models. We have a different models. Now let us say that I want to visualize the SE model in a different color, SEL model in a different color, SES model in a different color. So how do you do it actually, guys? Very simple. There is something called as an legend. See, I'm not doing anything actually, guys. Just drag and drop. That's it. So all the blue color data points are SE models. The SEL models are going to be the violet color, and the red color or the pink color, we can see the SES models, what we can see it actually. It's a scatter plot. It's a simple scatter plot actually, guys. Same plot I have done here by using some kind of a scripting I have been written. I didn't written any 10 lines of code, 20 lines of code. A simple 1 or 2 lines of code. But this is within our control actually. This is within our control. I can change. Like I can change a different styles. See guys, marker is equal to, for example, if I say star, so all that particular is going to be comes like a stars. Instead of circles, we'll get a stars. How do you do this? This also we can do it actually, guys. Very simple concept actually. This is going to be what is going to be your marker. See, terminologies are the same, guys. That's why I said that, which is going to be terminologies are the same. X-axis, Y-axis, and what is going to be the marker actually. See, I want a particular shape, I require it actually. Which shape you want to use it actually. We can customize that particular shapes actually, guys. You can customize your shapes, whatever the shapes we have to require it. But problem here is whatever the options they have been given, only with that options only we have to work. But whenever it customization, we can do as many we can do it. It's not that you have to use only these options only we have to use it actually. You can use with whatever the options you want to use, you can use it. So see, for SE models, I'm going to be using a plus. For SEL model, I can use something like N, which is going to be a triangle like this. So each and every model can be represented with a different styles. We can do it actually. Same thing, I can also do it here. Only thing is, it is completely by GUI based. Here it is completely by using the scripting base. We have to write it actually. I can do that. That also we can do it actually, guys. But it requires a 2 to 3 lines of code is required. So what I just want to tell you here is data visualization is a skill. Whether it is a Power BI, whether it is a Tableau, whether it is a some other ClickView or a ClickSense, or whether it is a Python, whether it is an R, does not matter. Terminologies are the same actually, guys. So you can see markers are there. Legend is there. X-axis, Y-axis is going to be there. What colors we want to customize, what shape you want to customize. All these are going to be something like this actually, guys. So we'll see all these particular application. Everything is going to be customizable, guys. So what is going to be the whatever the colors you require, whatever the background you have to require, all these things we can customize it. So we have multiple options are there. We can just set out all that particular effects, some titles, some kind of a properties. General properties will be there. What is the height of the plot? What is going to be the width of the plot? At which positions you want to plot it? What title you require? See, there is going to be a title is coming, model, price, and a mileage. So you want to customize it. So whatever you want to customize, you can customize it. Do you don't want the title? No title is going to be there. There is no title is going to be there. Do you want to get the title? On and off button. That's it actually, guys. What is going to be X-axis? Your X-axis title is coming like a mileage. Y-axis title is coming like a price. Its concept is they are called as an X label and Y labels, what we are going to call it as. So don't worry. I'm just telling the terminologies only, guys. I'm telling only about the terminologies only. I'm going to be telling it actually. So what is going to be the title you require it actually, guys? So title is going to be whatever the title of the X-axis you require. What about the title of the Y-axis you require? So you can have all that particular options. We can do it actually, guys. So we have some options are going to be there. So what options we want to give, what title you want to give, all these things, what we can see. I'll tell you, like what is going to be grid lines. Grid lines are going to be, actually we can't see it, guys. It is due to some kind of an visualization, but you can see carefully. If you see, there are going to be some kind of a grid lines are coming. There are going to be some kind of an grid lines are going to be gets coming actually, guys. So do you want a horizontal grid lines, vertical grid lines? What type of this one you require? I want solid colors. What kind of a colors you require? I want a black colors you require. These are all simple techniques actually, guys. These are the vertical lines. Previously, there are going to be dotted lines. That's why reason you can't see them. Color is going to be white color is coming. Being the background is a white color and even the lines are also white color, you are unable to see them. But now you can see what colors you want to require. See guys how simple it is going to be. It is going to be a simple way to visualize this particular one. Same thing here also we can do it actually guys. Do you want to have a grid lines? You can say PLT dot, which is going to be something called as n. We'll simply say what is going to be grid actually guys. So we are going to get a grid lines, we are going to get it. Here everything is going to be done by the scripting only guys. What is going to be X label? What is the label for X axis? Which is going to be nothing but it's a price. What is going to be PLT dot, which is going to be Y label, which is going to be mileage. What is going to be PLT dot title, which is going to be nothing but I say that it is a scatter plot. Done. Done. This is going to be how we are going to be getting it actually. This is your title. This is your X label. This is your Y label. These are your grid lines. These are going to be your whatever the markers and all these things it is going to be done. So for that, you really don't require much programmatical skills, but terminologies are going to be the most important. So only thing is the terminology. So vertical lines are coming, horizontal lines. Horizontal lines, I made it off. Now I make it true actually. That's it. So whatever the functionalities we are performing here, all those functionalities we are, all these functionalities we are going to be doing in a very easy way, simply without writing any coding, we are going to be developing this. So I can explain like what type of visualizations, why do you require scatter plot? Why do you require a line plot? What are bar charts? What are stacked bar charts? What is going to be 100% stacked bar charts? Okay, each and everything actually guys, pie charts are going to be there. Can you see guys? There is, and I told you no, it is also going to be helpful. R script is required. This is Python visual. It's a Python script actually guys. It is a Python visual. We can write this. We can write the code actually guys. Can you see the code? The following code to create a data frame and remove the duplicate rows is always executed. Data set equals to pandas dot data frame. Data set is equal to whatever the code you want to write. You can write the code. Whatever the code you write, the Python code you written, that code is going to be visual there. It's going to be visual. It is going to be gets converted there. So if you have that skill, that is also going to be an advantage. You can do a lot of scriptings. We can do it actually, guys. Don't think that only these are the plots. We are having so many different types of plots. We have it actually, guys. We can import so many different types of. Not only these visualizations actually, guys. You have an option called as and get more visuals. We can import some hundreds and hundreds of visuals you can import, guys. So all these plots are not going to be required, but according to your business needs, we can import all these particular data sets actually. See guys, how many are there actually? So hundreds of data visualizations we have it actually, but all of them we can't learn it. But some of the important I'm going to show you, like what is going to be this one actually, guys. Box plots. The people who having idea about that box plots we are going to require. Word clouds. This word clouds we are going to plot it only by using some scriptings we can do it actually, guys. This is going to be the word clouds, timeline slicers. It is going to be according to your requirement. We can add up a lot of other things what we are going to be doing it actually. So not all of them, but some of the plots. It is going to be histograms. What we can see that some of them I'm going to show you that particular applications what we can do. Not all of them, guys, but some of that we are going to be using. Heat maps I'm going to be using. Generally, normal people does not knows about what is heat maps. But as a data visualization expert or a data business analyst or a data analyst, we know I know what is going to be heat maps are used for. Like that actually, guys. So because being I was more into the data visualization, I know like what type of reports. I'm not saying that somebody asks the reports, I'll just only give the reports. I know that means for myself only, I generate the reports. So what kind of reports I need and how to generate the reports also we require it actually. Normal report developers, they know how to develop the reports, but for what purpose they use is generally report developers does not know, because that will be shared with business users or the business analyst or whoever it may be, shared with some other people. Those will understand the reports. But for me, I know what type of reports I require. I know how to generate the particular reports. So this is going to be just a small introduction part to the data, the Power BI tool, guys. So just to get an idea, I've shown you like how we are going to be gets developing this kind of a reports, what we can do it actually. See guys, how simple it is going to be. So do you require any programming language? Not required. We don't require any programming language. But as I said that for as part of some modeling, we have to require some concepts of what we can say that some concepts of primary keys and foreign key. Some kinds of primary keys and foreign key relations are going to be required. So that is what we are going to be explaining. Apart from that remaining things, only just studying this menu options, guys. Like in the insert option, what are these? In modeling option, what are these? In view option, what are these? Okay. And apart from that, mainly we are going to work with something what we are going to call it as the Power Query tool. We are going to be working with that. Don't worry, I'll tell you. So what is this Power Query actually, guys? So you can see this is a Power Query editor is going to be there, where we can do some kind of an data manipulations, all these things. Looks like just like an Excel sheets. Anything you want to do, just like an looks like an Excel sheet, we can do that. Make the required changes, whatever you want, and just simply apply. This will be affected on your actual report. That's it. So only just a few tools are there, guys. It's like a Power Apps is there, and this is going to be Power BI desktop, and we have a Power Query what is going to be there. And these are going to be some of the techniques what we have to require, guys. And the DAX language is going to be gets required actually. Okay, so that's it for the today's class, guys. So just to make you get some information, every day you will be having 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes class, guys. 6 p.m. to which is hardly 7 or 7:15 p.m. You will be having the class. It will be having just 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes will be there, and everything, guys. As I told you, so most of the people will teach you the data like this actually, guys. You can enter the data here only. If you want the data, you can enter the data here only, guys. Maximum, I don't enter the data. I always use a different sources, because I know about the importance of the data. I know how the data will come. So from which different sources it is going to be. We are going to use almost all different types of sources. We'll see it actually, guys. So once if you say get data and go to the more, you will be getting all the list of the concepts or all the list of the sources from where the Power BI can extract the data. So not only from these systems, from different systems, it can import the data set actually, guys. Okay. So that is going to be what I can say about that. So that's it for the today's class, guys. Just today and tomorrow, just a small introduction part only. I don't want to go into in depth about that. In coming classes, we'll discuss about more into the application, guys. Okay. So see, guys, these are going to be all the different types of sources. So if you can see, there are going to be different types of Azure platforms are there. We are having a different types of Azure platforms are going to be there, like Azure SQL database, or which is going to be Azure Blob Storage, or which is going to be Azure HD Insight Spark, or even if you want, you can get it from Azure Databricks. Because I was into the data engineering concepts, I was having an idea about this. Even database systems, see how many databases are there? SQL Server database, Xaxis database, Oracle database, even SQL Server analysis services, MySQL database, Sybase, or Impala. So it is going to be Impala database. So many databases are there. All of them are not possible, but I'll try to utilize maximum number of sources. We'll try to import it actually, guys. Okay. So that is going to be all about the today's discussion, guys. Just for today, we'll stop it for the today from my side, guys. So just a 5-10 minutes. If you have any questions, I can just take up some questions and I can just answer your questions, guys. Okay. So anyone, guys, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and you can speak, guys. Yes, guys, I think somebody previously has been asking some questions. If you have any questions, feel free to discuss, guys. You can just unmute yourself and you can speak.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yeah, Sohan, right?
Sir, there are lot many tools like Tableau and this one. Is it futures wise is same or the how it is? If
It's going to be same only, guys. But only the thing is, compare with the other reporting tools, Power BI is going to be nothing but it is going to be like a low cost. It's not going to be that much cost like your Tableau or some other tool. So even if you want to learn Tableau also, you will be getting only some kind of a trial edition is going to be gets coming. Power BI is not like that. There is going to be free is there as well as professionals are also there. So we can use compare with the other one. It is going to be less price compare with the other softwares, and as well as integrates with many of the sources actually. So that is the reason why most of the companies are going to be using Power BI, but equal opportunities will be there. But compare with the other tools, Power BI is going to be mostly it is going to be gets used actually.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, guys. Anyone, guys? Any other
Sir,
questions? Yes,
last
Suhan.
question.
Yeah, Suhan, go ahead.
Sir, these days,
Mm.
lot many videos are there about this. What special in this class you are training going to help if you join here?
So I told you no. So my specialization, my specialization is what is my what is an advantage is simple. I know because I was into the data analyst, data science and analyst. So I know what kind of a reports, why there are going to be gets used. So I know what type of reports that are required and how to develop it. So the advantage is normally I have seen some Power BI videos and etc. They will tell you like this plot is how to generate this plot. But why that particular plot is going to be required? Why do you require that? Mostly they will teach you only the plots which are going to be available here. Whatever that is inbuilt here, only they will explain you. But I am going to explain about the importance of that particular, what is stacked, what is going to be 100% stacked bar chart. Why do you require? What is the importance of that? How it will visualize? That is what I am going to be explaining, because I not only know how to generate a report, I know what type of reports are required for the business people. So I know what is the requirement. I know how to prepare that particular, whatever the reports is there. So that is an advantage. Yes, what kind of job opportunities? It is going to be just straightforward. It is going to be data visualization expert. Yes, Pushpalata, right? Pushpalata, right. So it is going to be
Yes,
what kind of reports? It's a report developer, what we are going to call it as a Power BI developer. Your role is going to be Power BI developer. But one advantage is once if you join in my course, my concentration is not only on the Power BI guys. So I'm going to make you a data visualization expert. Whether you are using Power BI, or whether you're using Tableau, whether you're using R, whether you're using Python does not matter. Because I'm going to be using all the skill sets that is going to be required for data visualizations. Okay, fine. Not data. It's a data analyst is not going to be included in this course. So data analyst, I was going to be doing in our data in my data science classes. I'm going to be doing that. Data analyst means analyzing the data. Here to the data analyst, whatever the reports that is required, I'm going to be generating that kind of a reports it is going to be. Fine. Right. Yes. Any more questions, guys? I think somebody has asked a question. Chendu, right? I think Chendu, just a second. Chendu, are you there? Yeah. Sir, what is the market demand for this tool and package? Absolutely. See, I don't say that it is going to be a huge demand is going to be there actually, guys. I'm not saying that it is a huge demand, but it is going to be, it is in demand actually. Demand means obviously nowadays, everywhere there is going to be a report developer. It is going to be a data visualization expert is required. Almost all in every field, without having a data visualization expert, they're unable to perform this actually, guys. I'll show you some reports, just a report. Otherwise, okay, I'll show in the next session, guys, because time is already 7-8. So obviously we have a lot of requirements are there. So a lot of requirements means I'm not saying that it's a huge demand it is going to be, but we are having a lot of requirements are there, because almost all in any field, without having a data visualization expert, they cannot do. Everywhere reporting is required actually, guys. You know that simply if I give the raw data, the business users can't understand it. So everywhere in every kind of a business, there is going to be some kind of a visualization experts are required. So depending on your expertise, depending on your experience, there will be changes actually, whether you are working at a junior level, senior level, or a higher level, architect level. If you go to a little bit higher experience, we'll go for a Power BI architect. It is going to be there, like the data modeling and architecture. That is going to be like little bit higher level. But when you go to the developer level, it is going to be like how to generate the reports, how to pull the data, how to model the data. All these are going to be your expertise actually. Okay, fine. Any more questions, guys?
Hello.
Yes, yes. Yeah. I mean,
Sir,
yeah.
I'm working as a QA.
Okay.
So I want to switch my profile to business analyst. So, Miss,
Okay.
will it be helpful or not?
Yeah, everybody see, even if you want to, I told you know, even if you want to learn business analyst also, or even if you want to learn a data engineering also, do you want to learn a data science? or do you want to learn machine learning? Do you want to learn something like a deep learning or AI? Whatever you want to learn, data visualization is a common, what it's going to be one of the common skill which everybody requires. So even if you want to go for a data analyst also, compulsory a data visualization tool is going to be required. Okay. So even I was, because I was also teaches the data analyst. But generally what I will do is, generally in our data analyst class, we are going to teach everything by using Python only. Everything by using Python or R we do it actually. But nowadays the companies are using some kind of, they're asking to use some tools rather than using some kind of a scripting languages. That is the reason why nowadays everybody is learning the Power BI now. Okay.
Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay. So any more questions, guys? Yes, Sohan?
Last question from
Yeah,
me.
yeah, Sohan. Yeah.
Sir, package is how it is, sir. Experience people like
It depends on your
I understand.
it depends on your experience.
Only with the skill, like 5 years or 10 years. Is it good?
Because see, 5 years and 10 years means what will happen here is, that means they're expecting something at an architectural level, like a designer level. So like there we call it as a Power BI architect, what we are going to call it as. So Power BI architect roles are going to be a little bit higher level. So if you want to go for the higher level, if you have a more experience, if you have it, go to the architectural level. So go for an architect, like designing of models, creating of that particular Power BI models. So if you concentrate on that, you will be having a good opportunities on that. If you have a less experience, then go to a developer actually.
You will cover the topic.
Yeah, the topic. But for that, you require more and more knowledge on SQL, more and more knowledge on relationships. That is going to be required if you want to go for an architect level. Okay. Fine. Yes, it's not like a package, depends on the company, but there are going to be, I have seen that, which is going to be, see, even the freshers are also getting recruited into data science related projects. So even in data science also, there are recruiting the people. There are assigning the jobs like data visualization experts. So it is almost as a beginner, just like others, it's not going to be like an high level paid jobs, but we have a good number of opportunities we have it actually. So I can't say that like exactly how much it is going to be, but as a fresher, generally it is going to be minimum. You can expect that depending on the companies, something around 4 lakhs to 5 lakhs, you can expect as a fresher. I'm talking about. At least if we have somewhere around 2 years of experience, you can expect something around 6 to 8 lakhs. So depending on your experience only, it is going to be there. But nowadays, almost all any skill, whatever may be the skill, whatever may be the softwares. So minimum, there are going to be paying around 4 to 5 lakhs. They are paying actually. So as a fresher, generally 4 to 5 lakhs is going to be the package. If it is like a small companies, minimum, they are paying somewhere around 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs. As a fresher, they are paying it actually. Right?
So duration of course?
45 days.
Okay.
Right, guys. Any more questions, guys? Right. So thank you all of you guys. So just tomorrow also we'll take a kind of a discussions, just a small discussions like maybe tomorrow I'll just show you like what components we are going to learn and all these things we are going to learn it. So I think all of you know it, guys, you are going to be getting okay. I think you will be getting all the recorded videos, guys. So day-to-day recording videos will come along with that, all the materials. It is hands-on actually, guys, completely hands-on. Every class is going to be hands-on only, not like it's a day-to-day recording videos. I'm saying that after completion of the class. Okay, so day-to-day recordings will come after the completion of the class. If if you miss a class, you can just go through the recording videos and you can attend the next sessions immediately without having any doubts or anything. You need not to miss any classes actually. You can immediately, and even I'll tell you like what topics we are going to be learning, how our class journey will be there. All these things I'm going to give you an idea in the tomorrow's class. So 1 or 2 classes, if you attend as a demo, so from maximum by Monday onwards, I'm going to start with the regular classes, initially with SQL Server, and then I'll start with the Power BI concepts, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys. So anyone, guys, any more questions if you have? Right. I think everybody's fine with this, my discussion. Hope all of you have been enjoyed the class. I think you got some idea about like what is data visualization. So we'll continue tomorrow, guys. Same time, same link. Okay. See you tomorrow, guys, and have a nice day. Thank you all of you guys. Yes, thank you all of you guys. Right, guys, I'm ending the session, guys. So thank you once again. So see you tomorrow at the same time with the same link, guys. Thank you all of you. Hi, good evening, all of you guys. Hope all of you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Right, guys? Yeah, yeah. Is the audible, guys? Is the voice is clear, or are you getting any noise or any disturbance? Is it clear?
No, sir, all clear.
All clear? Right, right, guys. Just a second, guys. Just give me a second. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, right, guys. Yeah. So, guys, hope all of you have been attended the yesterday's demo session. I think I can see some new guys are there. Some things who has been joined newly. Can I please let me know, guys, if anybody has been joined for the today's class? I think Sonal yesterday joined, Pushpalata yesterday joined. I think anybody is there who has been joined for the today's class. If today is your first class, please let me know. You
Yes,
can
sir.
use the chat panel. Right, right. Yeah, who is this? Pankaj,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Pankaj, you are first class. Okay, fine. Any others? Anil. Anil also, you are the first class, right? Any others? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Mohanty, you are first class. Nagma, okay. Taskin, Nagma, Taskin, right. So I can see some 4 or 5 guys who has been joined for the today's class. No worries about them. Why? Because just a second, guys. Right. Okay. So yesterday we have been just started with just a small introduction part, like what is data visualization? Why do you require a data visualization skill? So who exactly nowadays, why people are preferring to learn the data visualization skills basically? So everyone, so almost all everyone who is working into the data analyst or a data science, or even some kind of some kind of a data engineering people. Generally, data engineering people won't require, but mostly the data science, data analyst, and not only that, report developers. So these are all going to be required some kind of a data visualization skills actually. So we all of you know what is an importance of data visualization actually, guys. It's a very important role nowadays. So we are converting all our data, which is going to be there in a textual format. We are going to be gets converting into a visual context. Why? Because whenever we go for a visual, some kind of a patterns, trends, correlations, all these are can be detected only whenever we go for a data visualization. So visually, when you see the data, then only we can understand the patterns actually. So see the data in a visual format, not instead of writing just doing the data by using some kind of an value based or a text based. If you see, you have to read the data and we have to understand it. But instead of that one, if you go something like a visually, if you go there, so it is going to be very easy to understand the data. So interpretation of the data in a visual format. So which is going to be what a data visualization expert, data visualization skill it is going to be. So as I told you, like basically nowadays we have, that means whenever we want to develop some kind of a data visuals, basically we have two options are there. One is going to be, I told you, which is going to be some kind of a scripting based tools are going to be there, like scripting based by you writing some kind of a scripts and we can do that. And otherwise we are going to be having some kind of an edge UI based tools, what we are going to be having it actually. It's like an edge UI based actually, guys, completely drag and drop actually. Examples of scripting I told you, which is going to be by using some kind of an the languages like by using some kind of an Python, or you can use a language like an R, etc., etc. We can use it. So we have a Python different libraries. In R we have a different types of libraries. Okay, so using them we can develop some kind of an scriptings what we can develop. So don't think that scriptings means generally most of the people thinks that scripting means there is very small, there is a lot of limitations will be there. We have to write a lot of lines of code. All these are not required actually, guys. With a simple 1 or 2 lines of code only, we can do, we can perform, we can perform a lot of data visualizations. I'll just show you a little bit more and more in the today's session also. I'll show you. Coming to the GUI based, what is going to be GUI based tools actually, guys? That means without writing any code, without writing any script. So even a person who do not know any programming language, simply by using a drag and drop options, we can develop this kind of the whatever this particular the tools, the reports what we can develop it actually. Like we are having the tools like which is going to be Power BI. If I talk about the history about them, we have to talk about the history of data visualizations. If I start from 2005 actually, guys. So because I have I used to work on that particular, even in 2005 also, I have been got worked with the reporting tools. So at that time we used to use, if I talk about the history actually, guys, there are so many reporting tools are there. So we are having a tool called as an Cognos. So they're little bit in initial days, that means in 2005, if I remember, we used to use a tool called as an Cognos is the one of the reporting tool what we used to use it. It was developed by Cognos, a company called as an Cognos, but later it has been acquired by IBM. Now IBM is maintaining this Cognos software actually, guys. If you want, you can just go online and you can check it out. What is going to be the Cognos? It's one of the very oldest, very oldest tool actually, guys. So which is going to be a Cognos. So which is going to be one of the, what we can see is, it is a business intelligence tool. You can see that IBM, it has been Cognos Analytics. Reporting is a web-based reporting authoring tool that professional report authors and developers use to build some sophisticated and multiple page, multiple query reports against multiple databases. So this is a lot of history is there actually, guys. It's not started in the recent years. The history was started in around 2005. It was started actually. And we used to use some kind of a reports called as an business objects, BOs, which we used to call it as BOs. Now it has been acquired by SAP. Now it is a part of SAP BO actually. So these are very oldest reporting tools actually, guys. Okay, now they have been outdated. So if you want, you can see what is going to be the SAP BO, which is going to be what we can call it as the SAP, which is going to be the business objects, so business intelligence tool, what we used to call it as actually. You can see the business objects. So it is also going to be one of the tool, which is going to be, it has been acquired actually, guys. It was not developed. You can see that business objects was an enterprise software company specialized in business intelligence. Business objects was acquired in 2007 by the German company SAP. So the company claimed more than this one. It is also one of the reporting tools, what we can say that. A business intelligence is centralized suite for data reporting, visualization, and sharing. I'll tell you about BI concepts also. Even I was experts in the BI concept also. Because Power BI, first of all, what is that BI only? We have to study it actually, guys. Yes, Power BI. What is that business intelligence? So why? What is basically the business intelligence? What exactly the business intelligence contains, and where this particular reporting is going to be fits into the business intelligence applications. I'll give an idea about that, like what is BI and all these things we have to. Why? Because in interview point of view, even they may ask you about some concepts of business intelligence. What is BI? What are facts? What are going to be dimension tables? What are fact tables? What are star schemas? What is snowflake schemas? So we have some part of business intelligence. So as a BI developer, not only just understanding what is how to generate the reports, how to build the reports, we also has to know some part of BI. Why? Because the name itself is saying that Power BI. It's a Power BI, which is going to be business. BI stands for business intelligence. Okay. So there are going to be so many tools are there actually, guys, like Power BI. We are having a Tableau. Okay. We are going to be having a Tableau, or we are having something like which is going to be a click view or a click sense. So these are going to be some of the GUI based reporting tools we are going to be having it actually, guys. It's a click. I think click. It's not QLCK. It is QLIK. Click. It's a click sense what we are going to call it as. So, but anyhow, I told you, reporting is a skill actually, guys. Reporting is not about like learning a tool or learning a language or something like that. It is one of the skill it is going to be. So what are the different types of the data visualization options we have? What are the different types of charts? What are the different types of visualization options we are going to be having? Why should I use them? Okay, what are aggregates? What are details? We have to understand it actually. So the only difference between scripting and GUI based. So many people think that scripting is nothing but we cannot develop a complicated, or we cannot develop any which is going to be user friendly reports actually. But using scriptings also, guys, we can develop some kind of an most complicated reports. We can do it actually. But only thing is the user should know a little bit. It's not a programmatical skills, but it is going to be some kind of an scripting skills are required actually, guys. We have to write some kind of an scripts what we have to write it actually. As of my experience, I'm saying it is my experience, guys. I don't know what about the other people. As of my experience, why? Because since the last 5 years, I'm working into the data science and data analytics. So I find it that I even even the way that means whenever I am taking some sessions on this particular GUI based, so the notes is going to be like how the notes is going to be like is actually, guys, from the menu. So from the so and so menu option, right click on that, click on this, select this option. So that is going to be the nodes actually, guys. So while we are discussing about this Power BI or any GUI based tools, your notes will be like this only, guys. My explanation will be like this only. So drag and drop this, right click on this, drag this option here, drop this option here, select this option. Okay, click on this. So something like that, everything is going to be like that only. So even if you want to write the notes also, you have to just write down the navigation only. We have to just practice the navigation only, guys. Nothing to learn here now. But here it is not like that, because whenever it is a navigation, it is not a concept. Anybody can learn the navigation. Only thing is just a practice. Just a practice actually, guys. Everything is visible there. Only thing is we have to go for a trial. Like we have to try with a different options. We have to try it actually. But whereas in scripting based, it is not like that. Unless and until you have a clear idea about that, if we have a clear control on that, then we can develop this kind of in scriptings what we can do that. So I feel because in scriptings, I can show you the code. I can show you the code. So this is the code. By looking at the code, you can understand what is the output. But whenever in a GUI based, if I show you a visualization, you cannot understand how that particular visualization has came. So we have to go and we have to verify. So scripting is more user control, whereas GUI based is going to be nothing but easy. It is going to be simple, easy, drag and drop. So time saving. Okay, without having any much knowledge, we can do that. But here, everything is going to be a scripting based. We have to do it actually. Everything we have to do it by the scripting actually. But one of the main advantage of using the GUI based is, guys, as of my experience, I'm saying that it is going to be what we can call it as a dashboard reporting actually, guys. Mainly in the real applications, the clients or the business people, they don't work with a single report at a time. They want multiple reports at a time. Multiple reports means in a single screen, in a single window, They want all that kind of a reports. It's not type of all the reports at a time. What do you mean to say dashboarding means? I'll just show you what is meaning of a dashboarding. A dashboard reports, what we are going to call it as. That is the one of the main advantage of using these GUI based tools actually, guys. Is it not possible in the scripting? Yes, it is possible actually, guys. But users need to know something little bit more and more. That means it's not like only if you know the Python it is not sufficient, or if you know the only R is not sufficient. Along with that, some other extra frameworks are also going to be required, like something something like HTML tools or HTML applications we require. Some additional topics are required. It will make a little bit confusion for most of the people. But as of, if you ask a real data, if you ask a person, he says that he will be a little bit data visualization, simple reportings only we can do. But if you ask a real expert on the data visualization, he can develop any kind of a reports he can develop. We have beautiful reports we can develop by using the scripting based, we can develop it actually. I'll show you some of them so that you can get some kind of an idea. I'll also show you which are going to be, some of them are not possible in the Power BI applications also. I'll just an idea, I'll show you that applications. But main important is which is going to be what we are going to call it as a dashboard reporting. So maybe some of you guys knows about that, what is meaning of a dashboard reporting, but just I'll show you a small dashboard report. I'll show you actually, guys, a small dashboard report. So guys, I didn't started anything with the Power BI. Don't worry. Don't install any softwares also as of now. Okay. Don't install anything. I'll tell you what you have to install and how to work with that later. If already installed, well and good. If in the case, if it is not installed, why? Because anyhow, there is a latest update. Every month there will be latest updates will be there. So we can work with that particular updates actually, guys. Okay. Anyhow, we'll install the latest updates only and we'll see with that application actually. Okay. Now, so just no worries.